Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. It is a very beautiful evening here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Wherever you are highly, highly welcome. This is Salon's blog. I'm excited to come your way this Monday evening for this special edition, breaking news. Yes, it is a breaking news. Cole Palmer is absent in training today due to illness ahead of our meeting against Arsenal. That is according to Mourinho Pochettino. Yes. In the press conference, as usual, a day before the game, there has to be a press conference. Now, Cole Palmer injured and Malo also, Cole Palmer illness. Cole Palmer's illness and Malo injury. Meaning both might miss tomorrow's game against Arsenal. Dear friend, but guess what? Before I go to the injury list, I am suspecting something here. If you're a Chelsea fan, don't go and tell them. Don't tell them. Don't tell Arsenal coach. Don't tell Mikel Arteta what I'm about to tell you right now. Keep it. Shh. Don't say. Don't tell them what I'm about to tell you now. I want to believe it's a strategy. You remember the way Manchester City, the way they were marking Cole Palmer, 3 players on Cole Palmer alone, every minute, every second, making it difficult for him to play his normal game, right? I want to believe that it is a strategy, it's a game plan to let the whole world know Cole Palmer is ill. Only for him to, tomorrow, he's okay, he's fit, he's been cured, or the fever, or whatever it is, ready for the game. Don't be surprised if that should happen tomorrow. It could be part of the strategy, my dear friend, because right now, any team that Chelsea is facing, they are strategizing against Cole Palmer, how to deal with him, how to handle him. So don't tell them I told you. I know, I suspect that it is a strategy. Yes. Well, coming to the main injury list, dear friend, we have Christopher Nkunku in partial team training. Yes. Christopher Nkunku in partial team training. Even him, I thought he was going to be on the bench tomorrow. Anything can happen. Yeah. Sanchez in partial team training. Ugochukwu in partial team training. Ben Chilwell, medical assessment. Malo medical assessment. You see, Malo our right back, who is going to take that position right now? Well, you could say there is who? Disasi? Who? We wait to see. I'll give my team lineup prediction tomorrow, 2 to 3 hours before the game, definitely. Yeah, Cole Palmer absent due to illness. Levi Colwill rehabilitation program. Wesley Fofana rehabilitation program. Rhys James rehabilitation program. Romeo Lavia until next season rehabilitation program. Dear friend, our injury list is still almost the same, or 1 or 2 added up. Yes. Over the weekend, it was 7. Now, we have 9. So 2 more added to our injury list. Over the weekend, it was 7 we had. Now we are back to 9 players on either injury or illness of one thing or the other. That is how it is right now, dear friend. That is our injury list situation. All right. Great. Now to some other news before we run up. It is late night here and I want to make it brief for you. Pochettino, speaking at a press conference, he was asked a question regarding Nicholas Jackson and the situation. Jackson, for many people, he is the reason why we are not in the final of the FA Cup. I personally am not blaming Jackson for that. Yeah, he's still growing and he's still developing. And like I showed a video in my previous episode, even the player that most of us we want to buy, most of us, if we ask now, how many Chelsea fans want Victor Osimhen? Almost about 60-70%. I gave you a video where over the weekend, Victor Osimhen, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, clear chance to score, he still wasted it. So it's not just about Victor, it's not just about Nicolas Jackson. It happens to any striker. There are days that they could be clinical, there are days that they can make mistakes. I agree, Jackson can improve in many ways. Jackson can improve, and he is, from where he came into Chelsea and the way he's playing right now, you could see the improvement clearly. Yeah, you could see it clearly, but don't forget, it is his first season in the Premier League, first season with Chelsea. I believe next season he will come better. So this is what Pochettino had to say about Nicolas Jackson. He said, Jackson is doing fantastic and he will always have my support. Likewise me. Jackson is doing fantastic and he will always have the coach's support. He's doing an amazing job for the team. Running, scoring, assist. It's not easy on the first season. This is where many of us, we are not getting from this angle, dear friend. It is his first season in the Premier League and with Chelsea, a top class. He's not playing with a mid-table team. And sometimes we need to be patient, dear friend. Yeah. We need to, before we end up losing all our best players. We never had patience with Kevin De Bruyne. We did not have patience with Mo Salah. Today we could see them. Where are they now? Chelsea fans, please. For me, I could see clearly Jackson coming up for good. Well, in some other news, Thiago Silva is open to staying in the Premier League or moving to another European club. That is, if Chelsea did not put any contract before him, he is open to staying in the Premier League. And this is where I have my problem personally. You can imagine Thiago Silva going to Manchester City now because they can sign him like they did to Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard turned 30, and by then Chelsea's policy was that we will not give any player that is above 30 a new contract more than 2 years, more than 1 year. Once you are 30 years old, in previous administration under Abramovich, once you are 30-year-old, once you turn 30, your contract will not exceed 1 year. You will only be given 1 year extension. And that is where many of Chelsea's players, once they get to 29, they want to go. They want to go. They don't want to stay to the 30th because if you get to 30th, it will be hard to get another club somewhere to play with. And Chelsea ended up losing most of those players, but it was working because Chelsea never buys 18-year. No. We buy 18-year, we send them on loan. Chelsea always target 22, 25, 26. So if you start with Chelsea from 22 years old, by the time you get to 28, 30, Chelsea has already reaped the results. Thiago Silva might end up with another club in the Premier League. You can imagine coming up against Chelsea like Frank Lampard did and scoring a goal against Chelsea, even though he is a Chelsea legend. Look, I don't know what we are still waiting for to renew his contract. At least 1 year will not be bad. Just 1 year will not be bad. Dear friend, like I said to some other news, Jose Mourinho speaking on Manchester United when he was there, and now the current situation with United. This is what he has to say. Trust Jose Mourinho. He always speaks. There are still a couple of players still at Manchester United that I didn't want 5 or 6 years ago. He said there are still players in Manchester United that he, as a coach, didn't want 5 or 6 years ago. So I think they represent a little bit what I consider not the best professional profile to a club of a certain dimension. A club of a certain dimension. He considered those players then that they did not fit the profile of Manchester United. A player of certain dimension. This is an old man speaking. You say, no, it's exactly what he's talking about. You set your mind back. Go through Manchester United squad. Who and who that are still there, that were there during Jose Mourinho's time. Then you can deduce from what he is saying. All right? Okay. Dear friend, my time is up. But before I let you go, John Terry, well, finally inducted into Hall of Fame. Yes, Hall of Fame, our legend, John Terry, now a member of the Hall of Fame of England, Football Hall of Fame of England. Yes. Dear friend, I'm excited because it's been so long. We saw it coming long ago. Well, Real Madrid are leading the race to sign Manchester City 29-year-old midfielder Bernardo Silva this summer. Yeah. Bernardo Silva, Manchester City player Bernardo Silva, who scored a goal against Chelsea 3 days ago, right? Why don't we go in for him? Experience in that midfield. My goodness. If he's available, why not Chelsea going in for him? After all, they took away Lampard. They took Lampard control. We could not. Yes, he also can play against Manchester City. Lampard, that was a legend, played against Chelsea, right? Well, but these owners, I don't know the kind of business they are doing right now, so I cannot speak much. All right? Okay. Dear friend, you see, I have not spoken much about the penalty incident. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll have to touch on that. I'll have to touch on that tomorrow morning, on our penalty incident. Yeah. Pardon me. I will touch on that tomorrow morning. Now my time is up. Let me leave you. Have a great evening wherever you are around the globe. This is Salon's blog. I'm excited to be with you. Like the video, share the video, and let me hear from you in the comment section. And if it's your first time, kindly subscribe to the channel. Yes, so that in case of any exclusive update, you'll be first to be notified. I'll see you in the next one when you see me, dear friend. Shalom and peace.